This is Aaron Rupar says Matt Gaetz already resigned.
Matt and I were classmates. We came to Congress at the same time in the 115th Congress in January 2017. And alphabetically, we're seated right next to one another in Judiciary Committee. We served there together for 7 years. Some of y'all who cover Judiciary know those are long meetings. So I got to know Matt very well. Look, I'll say this. Everyone who served with him will tell you he's one of the most intelligent members of Congress. He's an accomplished attorney. He's very concerned about the lawfare that has been occurring in the Department of Justice under the Biden administration, and the fact that the American people have lost their faith in our institutions of justice because of everything that they've seen. He's a reformer in his mind and heart, and I think that he'll bring a lot to the table on that. I think out of deference to us, he issued his resignation letter effective immediately
wow.
to Congress. That caught us by surprise a little bit, but I asked him what the reasoning was, and he said, well, you can't have too many absences. So under Florida state law, there's about an 8-week period to select and fill a vacant seat. And so by doing so today, that allows me, I've already placed a call to Governor DeSantis in Florida and said, let's start the clock. He's in Italy at the moment, and so we're going to talk first thing in the morning about this. And if we start the clock now, if you do the math, we may be able to fill that seat as early as January 3rd when we take the new oath of office for the new Congress. So Matt would have done us a great service by making that decision as he did on the fly.
So I am a little bummed to hear that the best member of Congress will no longer be in Congress, but now we're going to have the best possible AG, and I'm hoping he can get done the things that he's talked about. I'm not going to be so naive to think that even with AG Matt Gaetz, he solves every problem we've ever wanted solved. I think he'll do his best, and I don't know who else who would do better.
None of the appointments are about solving everything, and I mean we're all pretty much on the same page here with this, but I'm going to just articulate it regardless. These appointments, all the people that are appointments, are about having people that are not the swamp monsters, right? People that actually will do the things that Donald Trump has promised, that will actually take real steps, tangible, real steps to roll back the administrative state, roll back the regulatory state, and roll back the power and influence of the federal government over the average person's life. I just saw a tweet today, just a few minutes ago. Elon Musk tweeted it out or retweeted it. The average person has a regulatory burden of $15,000 per person because of the additional expenses that are on everyday products and the just living in the United States because of the regulation, because of the regulatory state. That is absurd. It's ridiculous. And then as for Matt Gaetz, people that are freaking out about Matt Gaetz, they're freaking out because he will do the things that the president is looking for him to do. And when it was Barack Obama and Barack Obama's AG, he said that he's my guy, he's got my back, etc. There is not going to be much daylight between Matt Gaetz and President Trump.
But Gaetz also wants revenge. And I say that somewhat tongue in cheek. Donald Trump probably is deeply upset over what they did to him. And one of the criticisms that the left is lobbing at Trump is that the reason he chose Tulsi Gabbard, Matt Gaetz, and these other individuals like Pete Hegseth is that he is trying to prevent. Now, here's how they're framing it. He's trying to prevent sound, reasoned minds from disagreeing with him. And he's pulling in a bunch of yes men. And the way the right is framing it is this time around, there will be no quiet coup against the popular president. This is a popular mandate. And already people are pissed off that this is other big news of the day, that it was Thune who won the Senate majority leadership when the people wanted Scott. So people are already starting to get worried. But with moves like this, it's looking like it's not going to matter.
No, it's and I'll tell you, it's there's a lot of people out there who are worried, saying that he jumped the gun or we're going to end up losing seats in the Senate or the Congress. But the beauty of it is this is Ron DeSantis' Florida. So when you're taking people out of those seats or those people are resigning from those seats in a state like that, you're going to replace them with other good conservatives. And let's also face the fact that we've seen the lawfare that's happened over the last couple of years. Merrick Garland was a bulldog for the Biden administration, and now they're crying and weeping because Donald Trump just put a bulldog for the Trump administration in here, and they're worried about lawfare. So they're literally worried about what they've been doing now happening to them. So cry harder. But the beauty of it is we can literally, as quote, conservatives watch the government, if not get smaller, at least a little more limited. I mean, that's what we're in this thing for, right? That's what we want. We don't, I've seen in the last few years what unelected bureaucrats in Washington, D.C., the people who are actually making the decisions, go from 2.5 million to 4.5 million. I mean, how big can we let this blob get? It's consuming everything, like you said.
We want the people that have been elected to do what Republicans have been giving lip service about for the entirety of my life, to actually shrink the size of government. And I think that the people that the president has picked, the president-elect Trump has picked, are actually motivated to do those things. There was something else that Elon Musk made that relates to something Tim said earlier. He tweeted that if there are not people that are on board with Donald Trump's agenda, that are Republicans that are looking to stymie it, he's going to primary him. And if that happens, people like Tim, people like myself, we're going to be aware of it, and we're going to be out there amplifying Elon Musk's voice. We're going to be, along with a slew of other podcasters, people that are looking to hold the government accountable. And everyone is aware of how powerful X is. If you're out there and you're looking to stymie the president's agenda, the agenda that the American people have voted for, clearly, very clearly, then you're going to end up getting primaried. You're going to have people working against you. You're going to lose your seat in Congress. If you're a senator, you might lose your Senate seat. You will get primaried, and you will be removed from office.
I said it a little bit more forcefully. I said, anyone who obstructs or blocks this confirmation, the confirmation of Matt Gaetz, I will use the full weight of whatever political influence I have to make sure you lose your primary. I will travel to speaking events. I will talk on this show. I will never forget it. And I never forgot when Shelley Moore Capito in West Virginia supported red flag laws. I won't forget it, because we're not going to play this game where you think I got 6 years in the Senate and I can just trample over the people and their rights. And then 6 years later, when the primary comes up, you forget about it. And they're going to try and play this game where they're going to say, well, you don't want the Democrat, do you? So I guess you better support me. But we have a movement now. Yeah. And that means if people like Shelley Moore Capito wants to have red flag laws, she cuts backroom deals saying, I'll get mine, you get yours, and then lies about it later. I guarantee you there's going to be dozens of West Virginians who want to run for that Senate seat, who will get the full weight of support from the entire podcast presidency network, we'll call it now. They're calling this the podcast presidency. All of the shows that Trump went on, all of the shows that organically said, this is the guy. These people are going to stand in opposition to every single one of these members of Congress who obstructs the popular mandate.
It feels like what they want to do is to wait out the 4 years so that everybody can just fall back into the same pattern of the blob. So the idea is you get through the 4 years where he makes whatever changes he can, and then eventually you will just fall back into, well, he's not there anymore. The interest isn't there anymore like it was before, and we will just fall back with typical blob Republicans.
This administration has 18 months to get done what it wants to do. It's not 4 years, unfortunately. It has 18 months before people start checking out because they're going to be running for their seat in Congress. And then after midterms, then it's all about the presidency. So go ahead.
Let's pull up this tweets. Right now, many people are saying that Matt Gaetz may be nominated by Donald Trump, but there's no way they're going to confirm him. In fact, I believe already several Republicans said that he's not a serious contender and that they're going to have to think about it. They don't know if this makes sense. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.